we again?
Let's see. First of all, welcome back. We are the CT. We're playing this game. We are at the Solar Solstice.
The Bright Pass.
Yeah, the Bright Pass. I already got the secret over there, so you missed it too bad.
Nice sunset visuals.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, you know...
Can you jump off the side?
Oh, yeah. Whee!
Oh.
Yep, splat.
Okay. My curiosity is sated.
Yep. So, you know that game, maybe you had a game as a kid where you had that one level you played over and over again?
Yeah.
This became that for me.
This is your Escape from the City?
Yep. Yep, this is...
Or City Escape. Escape from the City is the song.
Yep.
Rolling around at the speed of sound.
That was just a great level.
Places
Anyway.
to go. Yeah, that's the reason that most people have fond memories of that game, is it makes a hell of a first impression.
Yeah. So, yeah, I play the absolute crap out... Bless you.
Thank you.
The absolute crap out of this level. And this one and the next one tend to be a lot of people's, favorites.
So you're not going to die at all because you know everything that's coming.
Well, I make no promises. Okay.
Well, at least you're not going to get lost. Okay, so we have some actually medieval-looking knights.
Yep.
Bit of Praise the Sun going on.
Oh, yeah. Maybe a little too much praising the sun here.
Yeah. We need a little less sun, honestly. Yeah. It's been hot.
Yeah. Now, we'll definitely see some interesting details. One I definitely like to point out. We can't really hear so much because we're trying to keep the music down, but... definitely a lot more militant music here, just a lot faster paced. And...
Well, I mean, yeah, these guys look like, knights. They look like an actual military force as opposed to the misshapen monsters.
Now, these guys' gimmicks are... Now, I did do damage, but the first couple of hits from any given weapon are going to...
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Yeah, and that's the other thing they can do.
They can stick you. When do you get that weapon?
You don't.
Damn. What is that thing?
You remember the green guys from the first one?
Kinda.
Place? Basically, faster, more agile, pains in the ass version of that.
Okay. Or at least they're fragile.
Relatively. So, I think you'll definitely notice in this level, you'll get all your equipment pretty quickly.
Huh. I guess. Well, we were saying that the rate at which they give you weapons is kind of indicative of the. That's the way you do the difficulty curve for any given level.
Yeah, and here they really want you to have everything pretty quickly.
These guys are fast. Jesus.
Yep.
And numerous.
And I found that using the axe against these guys really doesn't help. So we are a little bit low on ammo, but that's fine.
You're gonna get more.
Yep.
Melee is always an option. Not always a good option, but an option.
Well, I do appreciate when FPS do give you a melee weapon that is an actual option.
Yeah.
And not just a sign that you're screwed.
Honestly, that was kind of the, not a first-person shooter, but the Resident Evil games. Let's see, the sun brings warmth and a good life to those who would worship. Yep, they're praising the sun.
Yep, praise the sun.
Is when the knife started being a viable option, which actually, what does it say? 2 suns to reach gold.
So we hit one of the switches.
So it was actually more, it was Code Veronica's really the first game where the knife became worth a damn.
Yeah, because you can injure the feet. And,
well, the main thing is, in other games, the other Resident Evil games, you stabbed with it. So you're doing 1 instance of damage. In Code Veronica, you swiped with it, and it would do 5 or 6 instances of damage for each swing. So you would just rack up the damage a lot faster, and actually made it a viable option for zombies at least. Then you can save your ammo. In Resident Evil 2, saving ammo was kind of meaningless because I went out of my way to kill every single thing in that game and still ended it with, like, up to my ears in Magnum rounds.
Yeah, get the invisibility, you can really cheese this part.
Is it cheesing if it's, like, there and the game gives it to you?
Well, cheesing...
I suggest that it is not cheesing.
Well, to me, there's a difference between cheesing and cheating.
No, that's true. You're not doing anything the game isn't allowing expressly, but maybe not doing what the game intends.
Yeah. I mean, the invisible thing's there, and the only real use is, you know, coming up to the enemy undetected. So.
Yeah. There isn't a stealth portion of this game. Not like a, you know, you get caught, you die thing.
So we already have 6 of the 7 weapons.
I think the only one you're missing is the black hole thing, right?
Yep, just the BFG.
I'm sure it's going to be forthcoming eventually.
Oh, eventually is a little generous. You'll get it pretty quickly. In fact, there it is.
Oh, wow.
We just have to climb up there. Not up here. That's right, I was over here. Got distracted. That happens.
You're not lost, just confused.
But this level I could easily just do on autopilot. Less so now since I'm pointing things out. But
yeah, you get yourself distracted.
Like hear the music. It's a very like. There's kind of a what do you call it? Tranquil fury to it, I guess.
Yeah, there's a certain intensity to it.
So between it giving you all your weapons, and how much combat is going on, this is definitely seen as alright. This isn't the horror of a cyberpunk. This isn't the quiet serenity of a sanctuary. These people just want you dead.
Yeah, this is not about ambiance and world building. This is they want you dead, and they are doing what they can to make that happen. So did you need to climb up and get the...
Yeah, well, there is that other guy that jumped off.
Were you going to get the black hole thing?
Oh, yeah. Remember what I said about going on autopilot? I just have, like, this path that I always go. So, yeah, we went up there, around here. We're going to go into that, which will bring us somewhere.
Alright, so it brings you kind of in a circle.
Yeah.
It's almost like an arena.
Yeah. So,
blue worshippers must be silenced. Their heresy knows no bounds. Our time is at hand. Okay. Little hostility.
Oh, just a minute.
Well, I guess the sun and the moon makes sense if anybody's going to have beef.
I'm sure these guys in the Imperium would have a lot to talk about. Well, if they would stop shooting at each other.
Hey, give everybody silence weapons, and then you can talk while you shoot. You gotta work smarter, not harder.
So,
there is darkness on the horizon. I have kept the key here for safekeeping. Guard it well, brothers.
yes. So I already got it. Good job on the safekeeping, guys. So.
Safe is relative. I mean, you're not going to destroy it.
Yeah,
You're going to use it. It's perfectly safe.
He's that guy. He attacked me, then jumped
Yeah, he
off.
jumped off. He's probably he's going to be chasing you the entire level.
Yeah. Could he be the main villain all? No. So, over here, nope, just more sun stuff. So yeah, I get the sense this is supposed to be a big sanctuary.
Is that a switch? There.
Oh, that's for the key.
Yeah, this feels like a fortress, if not a place of worship.
Yeah.
Just don't send anybody over the horizon, or you won't get points for killing them.
Oh,
what's that say? The night brings sadness. It's a little gloomy at night, but it can be nice at night too.
The night brings sleeping in air conditioning at this time of the year.
Yeah, that's true.
See, I don't so much sleep during the summer as so much as cryogenically freeze myself. Haha! Eat it. Let's see, is there a switch? I don't think this is no.
Well, that's right. Yeah, I saw they reflected the one shot you sent out.
Yep. Let's see. Let's see. They reflect this a bit.
Try not to fall off.
Yeah, I mean, not that I'm gonna die. It'll just be embarrassing.
We can't have that.
Yeah, this is kind of like the one really sticky part because there's no place to really dodge.
Yeah, you just got to keep moving.
Let's see. There is a pokeable switch here somewhere. So get that going. We got the invisibility thing. Oh,
Right, he's already dead. You already pinned him to the wall. And he's stuck in the level geometry.
Yep. We will leave him to his fate.
Oh, maybe the axe.
Okay.
I think you got him. Sounded crunchy.
Oh, right. You don't technically overkill with this thing.
You just kill just enough.
The quote dead and loving. He's dead. She's dead enough. Okay. That's good.
Well, you know, it's all about where you stand.
Yep. Okay, and then alright, we got everything.
Cool.
Okay, we got that key. So let us proceed.
So I think the other levels up to now, I've only seen the silver and gold keys. Or is there a third type of key, or is that it?
Nope, just silver and gold.
Silver and gold.
Anyway, okay, and here's the one I'm always just a little too tempted to just.
Nope.
Yeah. Though he's a bit tougher
he can
than.
take it. Okay. You know what? If he can take 2 shots of that, that's justified.
Yeah.
What's this say? We have studied the light. A revelation is at hand.
Here's the part where I like to indulge a bit.
Oh, this is a gauntlet.
Yep.
A dark legacy, if you will.
Just a bit.
Oh, you come on the back.
Get on my backswing.
Now, when you're in the super mode and you pick up the small souls, does that prolong it, or is it just... Oh, cool.
I didn't even see these guys.
Oh, in a small enough space, bouncing thing won't get anything. Sun gives us sight, for which to fight, bring on the night. Okay, so we got some poets in the cult.
Yeah. On occasion. There we go. So occasionally you get hit just right where basically all the little tendrils.
Okay, yeah, because that was a direct hit. You didn't touch his backup dancers.
Nope. He just took all of it.
You know, I kind of like this at this point in the game, escalating where, okay, now you can't just indiscriminately attack because they will reflect and bounce back at you.
Yeah.
It's something else you have to keep track of or account for.
Yeah, again, this is just one of our levels. I think the technical order is this comes before the Cyberpunk place, Forge. But this is the order I like playing it, so... I mean, not that it matters. Because sometimes there's a slight delayed reaction.
You know, like Palpatine.
Yeah, they reflectors. Nope.
No reflection, just stay out of the blast radius.
Yep. Okay.
What did that do?
Open a door over there. Come on, boys.
Sure. How dare you take cover? I'm always up for chain lightning.
Yep.
It's my favorite spell in Champions of Norath.
Oh, yeah.
Because you can just... My eyes stained by dark visions. I shall seek guidance at the tower. Anon. 4 chans in this. But yeah, I just liked, we'd come to a room full of scrubs and just fire that 3 or 4 times and just waste everybody. I like that and like reflections. That was how I got through Jack 3. There's a reflecting blaster, and I would just fire that into rooms. Let it ricochet for a minute.
So that was only 16 minutes, so we might get through this a bit more record time than the others.
It sounds like you know this level by the back. These levels by the back of your hand.
Oh, pretty much.
The Illumination Complex. Okay, they're running with the theme.
Yep. You really need to do that, but whatever.
It was fun.
Well, I've seen arguments, especially with Duke Nukem, where you have a few weapons that aren't necessarily practical, like shrink rays and ice beams, where, arguably, a shotgun or a rocket would make it a quicker encounter.
Yeah,
but
that's boring.
But they're still just kind of, they're more there for flavor rather than practicality, and yeah, that's kind of part of the fun of it.
There's always room for style.
Yeah. Like, this could have just been a shotgun.
Yeah.
But, yes, at the end of the day, it is really like a layer of paint.
You are getting stuff.
At the end of the day, it is more or less a layer of paint, but, this is a visual medium. So, it still says something.
Yeah, there is a difference between, firing a shotgun and swinging a magic sword. There is a difference between swinging an axe and swinging a chainsaw. Admittedly, not a huge difference in this game.
Get over here!
I did not realize those guys could jump. Or is there a spring down there?
Oh, they can jump. Most enemies can, I guess, just to make sure no one's ever really stuck.
Makes sense.
Come a long way since the Pinky Demon from Doom.
Yeah, but not that far. Still similar in principle.
Like, one of the developers, Sandy Pierce, fun fact, also worked on a lot of Call of Cthulhu. He went on about the Pinky Demon and kind of felt that as an enemy it was a bit of a failure.
Yeah, it does really one thing. It's never going to surprise you.
Yeah, so Quake had the Fiend, which is basically a faster, more jumpy, and just tougher
water release number 1.
Yep. Okay.
So why did you release the water?
Because we need the flood enough so I can climb in that.
Okay.
There we go. And yeah, the Fiends from Quake are one of the nastier of the game. And they're like it everywhere.
Well, these games, they give you these weapons, they might as well so they want you to use them.
Yep. Well, Quake 1 didn't even have a pistol.
Yeah, you were saying it jumps like straight to the shotgun, right?
Yep. As does Doom Eternal.
And that makes sense.
Because you're going after demons, and the pistol wasn't, even in Doom 2016, it wasn't necessarily fun to use.
Yeah, the pistol is like the backup. This is all you got left.
Or there's an imp there. I don't feel like wasting a shotgun on him.
Pistol exists so you can get the weapon of the first guys you see.
Well, mainly in, FPS, in a first-person game is always pretty hard. And only a few games have really done it particularly well. A lot of people point to Condemned as one that does, melee and first-person really well. More recently, I think it's called Elderborn, which I played. Actually, does it remarkably well. Okay, did I break the AI? See, what they're supposed to do, guys,
line up over there and
basically jump up in a line like a beat 'em up. But what's been happening lately is they have all just kind of gathered here.
Oh. How unfortunate for them.
And yeah, I don't know what causes that glitch, because I've been doing it that one and then that one for a long time, and I thought that was throwing it off, but no, they're just broken. And I played the game where it did it properly.
Huh. I wonder what that's about.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah. I mean, it led to that very fun spectacle of just all of them exploding.
Maybe they don't want to get in the water, I don't know. Big sucker.
Yep.
Bit of a sponge.
Yeah.
To a point.
They are less bullshit than the spiky guy from the last place.
That's true.
You actually like dodge. And here's... So I mentioned that this guy was once rendered dismissed as a heretic before.
Yeah. Heretic's fate. So that's you, is the implication.
That's what I've guessed. That, with the more militant music and all the weapons and whatnot, our main character has a very specific grudge against these guys. Oh, right.
At the very least, these guys don't like heretics in general.
Yeah. Not that we've actually made any friends on this trip.
Yeah, you're not exactly on a diplomatic tour here.
No.
You're not exactly rolling any charisma checks to get them to back down.
So yeah, and I do feel that the weapons in this game is a good way to have kind of the feeling of melee without actually having it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the sword, it's got like a slight, because you got to swing it, so there's a slight delay in actually firing it.
Yeah, and being able to deflect some shots.
Now, it doesn't do any extra damage if you do hit somebody point blank range, right?
No. What it is you have the middle most powerful part, and then you have partial damage on the side, but it keeps going.
But no extra damage for actually whacking them with the actual blade.
No. Though Hexen did have that to a point.
Because it is still a sword.
Yeah.
It's not like the Zelda cartoon. There's one episode, Link trades away his sword for a pretty one, but because the pretty one doesn't fire beams, it's completely useless to him.
This blade isn't G-rated enough.
Yeah. I guess there is a conceit that he's never killing Ganon's minions, he's just zapping them back to the thing.
Yeah, the old...
It's possible that they're just not vulnerable to regular weaponry, but they never really say that. It's more just...
Kind of like with the Conan cartoon.
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't know that that's ever established that regular weapons won't work. But it's more just... This sword doesn't shoot beams. What am I supposed to do?
Oh, jeez.
That did it.
It's raining men.
I will give the cartoon this. It gives Zelda more agency and more to do than almost any of the other games. Well, than any game in the main series, and with the exception of the Hyrule Warriors games.
Well, I had an idea with if they ever do remake Zelda 2, and I really think they should, is have kind of like what they did with Portrait of Ruin, the Castlevania game, where you have the fighter and the mage.
Yeah, make it so that, the spells are all just Zelda following you around and casting them.
And this is like the original Zelda, and yeah, surely the current princess, has, some stake in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, just kind of be a journey of discovery for her as well. So we have this, which is a flying thing, which I'm not going to use. There is a very specific purpose for it, but there's also a much easier method of getting to where we need to go. And
easier than flying?
Yes.
Huh.
Well, easier than flying in the time limit from here through a couple of doors around. You'll see.
Okay. Yeah, that is kind of like that is one of the reasons I really like Age of Calamity, or in particular, Hyrule Warriors, and actually Cadence of Hyrule. That's the one that they did the crossover with Crypto the Necrodancer.
Yeah.
Where you can choose to just start playing as Zelda.
We don't need ammo for that, so...
And it kind of implies that in at least that game, the Cadence, the crossover character from Necrodancer, is the holder of the Triforce of Power. It's a fun game. If I had any idea how to record for my Switch, I might want to stream that. It's not a very long game either. And, being Nintendo, it is not exactly on Steam.
Yeah. Nintendo can be a pain in the ass with that kind of
Well,
thing.
I mean, they want things on their system.
Yeah, but I think especially what Bethesda and other other companies have discovered is that Let's Plays is one of the major ways of preserving.
I don't know that
the culture.
Does Nintendo object to Let's Plays? Because I've seen, I've never, I don't watch a lot of Let's Plays, but I have seen streams of their stuff on, like, popular YouTube channels. I think it's more just like the Switch itself is not set up to stream. It's set up to take 30-second videos and pictures. I will say this about Tears of the Kingdom, at least. Tears of the Kingdom, at least, she is not just, like, captured and waiting for you to rescue her the whole time.
Let me find out for myself.
That's just extremely broad. I'm not telling you what she is up to.
I'll take it. You little shit.
He's hiding down there?
Yeah, he was right under me. I nearly fell off.
Well, jerk.
Okay, so get these out, because guess why?
Oh, boy.
Yeah, this is one of those weapons I always fear running out of, but there's not a whole lot of risk of that.
It's only if you, like, use it for everything. Which you just wouldn't do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've kind of been trying to train myself to use my resources more in various games, as opposed to, like, just holding on to things for a rainy day.
Yeah, Elden Ring was full of that. Yeah, it's like, oh, I have this thing that will, up all my stats. And there's no way I can replenish that automatically. And I'm like, I guess I'll save it for later, and it might be the final boss. And later never came up.
Well, and I ended up, like, when I was playing Valkyrie Profile, you get artifacts, and one of them is a golden goose, or it's, I forget exactly what it's called, but it's like, it is a golden goose that lays a golden egg. And the other is the Holy Grail that produces a few drops of holy water each chapter, and both of them like give you permanent stat boosts. So I basically what ended up doing is like I picked my final party and just buffed them up, divided them equally, and whatever remainder Valkyrie got, because she's kind of like the most important character anyway.
The usual main protagonist syndrome of the RPG.
Well, in this, she's the only person you can't take out of your party, so she will easily be. If you're leveling up everyone else evenly, she's going to be 10 to 15 levels above everybody else by the end.
He just nuked his own guys.
Friendly fire is anything but. Oh boy.
Okay. This could have gone better.
Yeah, just a bit. Ooh, should find some health.
Damn.
Well, there's some. You're not on the verge of death anymore. You're its neighbor, but...
Yeah, I'm the neighbor to the verge of death at the moment.
Yeah, lately I've been playing Bravely Default 2.
Yeah.
And I am mostly enjoying it.
That's a very loud mostly.
Yeah, because I'm enjoying the story. It's going some interesting places I was not expecting from a Nintendo game.
Well, it's a Square. Well,
for the art style and the early Final Fantasy vibe of it, there have been some plot points I'm like, oh, that's dark.
Yeah,
I enjoy the battle system. I like the job system. The problem I've been having is with the bosses, specifically, bosses get counters. And I mean, like, the one boss that really frustrated me, he's an early boss that he seems to have a counter for every action you can take. It's not just if you attack him. It's like, if you heal, he counters with, like, a health drain. If you buff yourself, he steals the buff. If you default to give yourself BP, he steals the BP. And it was just like, it felt like, game, do you want me to use these things or not? You end up having to... The strategy I went with was I have a Beastmaster who basically I just grabbed a bunch of Minotaurs and threw them at him until he died.
oh,
Oh, it does reflect.
Okay.
Good to know. Yeah, fire at their feet. That's the trick.
Yep. Oh, sometimes they fry themselves.
Huh. I mean, other than that, I am enjoying the game. What I think what it is, a tip I saw online was not to treat the like, the bosses give a lot of JP. So in other games of that type, I might be, keep a job that I'm working on to get that boost.
So here's the part where the only other way I found is flying there, and keep in mind the little twisty path we took to get here.
Yeah.
Like you only
can't
have
fly over.
Not really, no. And yeah, you basically just make it. Frankly, I found it easier.
Bomb jumping.
Yep. Oh, right. Jump from the wrong spot.
But yeah, the trick I've heard is, or not the trick, but what I've heard is you got to treat the jobs more like equipment, and just use the ones that are appropriate for the boss. So like when I went to fight him, I didn't have anybody in my vanguard. I didn't have my main character in the tanky job because he had mastered it, so I had him working on something else. But the tanky job, the amount he hits and how hard he hits, you need the tank.
Yeah, I found getting through Brave Default 1. I had a very specific role in mind, and did the jobs I had with some tweaks. that I felt fit that specific role for everyone. So it doesn't really require you to master everything. It's just master what you want and balance the practicality of it. And I managed to beat the final boss, and it's a tough one. And the combat is fun. Ugh. I didn't nearly get my head slashed off.
Well, the other thing is the game does give you an incentive to stay with the job you've mastered, because the specialties that each job comes with only apply while you're using that job, and you unlock a second specialty when you master it. So the Vanguard, for instance, his main specialty is that shields don't slow you down. The secondary one is his attack power goes up based on how much aggro you have. So, like, as soon as I got that, his attack power almost doubled. I'm like, okay, I get it. And he's, like, when I say tanky, I mean, like, one of his abilities, one of his passives is, what's that say?
Flood control.
One of his passives, if he attacks with his weapon, he reduces all incoming damage by 30%. Another one is, if he takes damage, it increases his attack power. So it's a dignified way to go. But yeah, and I like the ability to combine different ability sets.
Yeah, it's probably, at least Brave of the Fall 1 is probably the best version of that system that I've played. Okay.
Still want to grab the Pixel remaster of 5.
So that took about 20 minutes.
Yeah, let's cut this off here and come back with the next one and get the next level and the boss.
Alright, until next time.
Yep, I'm Mike Gurley.
This is Frank Gurley.
Good night.